Picture this, it's Saturday. There's a wonderful sunny, cloudless day outside. The summer started, so the green is even greener. The leaves are wide and they are soaking up the sun. And yet I'm at home on the grind because I promised to myself I will study and learn and program and code every day. I even made a pact. If I don't do it, I hope for a garbage truck to run over me. Okay, enough. Where did we stop? Yeah, by the way, I have a new wallpaper. I already did this in the last video series. I changed it, and I hope to change it again. Maybe not now. I'll change it some other time. I have like a couple of thousand really good wallpapers in my ownership, so I like to switch between them quite often. But let's talk about something else here. Let me open my tablet. We started building our social app, and these are all the steps that we did. And the new one is called extending the user model. So let's do this. Let's get that bread. Let's talk about user profiles now. We will talk beyond, and we will finally go beyond Django's default built-in user model. We're gonna create something that's more custom, because more often than not, we need some custom data. We need something extra like date of birth or a profile picture. And we need to wire up views and templates to let users update their data as well. So let's do this. First things first. Social profile. Account. Models. Let's open our models py file, and we need to update and extend our profile model. Let's do this. Class, profile, what do we need? Models, model with a capital one. User is models. So now 1-to-1 field, what this does is that it ensures that each user has exactly one profile. And also we can associate profiles with users. So 1-to-1 field. What do I have here? Settings. I need to import settings as well from django.conf import settings. Amazing. So I'm pulling it from the setting out user model on delete. We'll use cascade so that the related profile also gets deleted when a user is deleted as well. I think this is good. Let's set the date of birth. Pulling from models, date time field, not date time. I want date field only. Blank is equal to true, null is equal to true. We also need a photo. I also need a photo. I'm getting it from the models. Image field, upload to. So we need a path here. Blank is equal to true. I think that's it. Do we need stringified? Most probably not. But we need to enable Django to serve media files uploaded by user. within the development server. So for that, I'm gonna create a new window. I mean, a new terminal window. And I'm gonna go to projects, learning Django. What do I have here? Social, wait. Source, the environment that I'm using. There's an activate method. So now I'm inside my environment. Now I can install Pillow. What Pillow does is that it helps us handle images. So after installing Pillow, we need to configure Django to handle media files during development. So let me open my settings.py file here, copy this. Why is this OS empty? OS is not defined. I need to import it. Import OS. But from where do I import OS? Import OS. Do I already have somewhere? So it's just import OS. Fine by me. Media URL, media root. Media URL is the base URL used to serve the media files that are uploaded by the user. Media root is the local path where they reside. Okay, let's open the URLs file here. And we need to add something extra here. No, actually, wait, is it this URL file or the main one? This is the one of the account application. And what if I go to socials? This one. Okay. What do we have here? If settings debug URL patterns static settings. I need to import this guy again. Settings from Django conf import settings media. Do I have it here? Settings will give me automatic. No, it won't. URL document root settings media root. I also need to import the static method from Django conf URL static import static. So what happens here is that we are using the Django development server in order to serve media files. All right, let's open it here. Python manage, where am I? What directory am I? I need to go into social most probably, yes. Python manage py, make migrations. Missing one required positional argument on delete. Yeah, because I wrote on delete. On delete. Now it should work. Let's sync the database. Manage py, migrate. Amazing. Let's open admin py. And let's register the profile model in the administration site. Basically just to see how it looks once we open the admin page. For this, I'm just gonna copy it. Profile needs to be imported from models, import profile. Everything else should be fine apart from this. Okay, so we just registered a new model in the profile. Basically what will happen now is if I open, I need to create a new tab. If I open I need to run the server first, just a second. Python manage py run server. And now, if I open the admin panel here, let me just move. Let me move my tab to, yeah. Account 8000 admin. Why are you not working, brother? Python. It's not Python, it sounds Russian. It's Python. Python manage py run server. The Duke Dev group 2 profiles. Here they are. Now, we have users and we have profiles. And they are different models in a sense. We need to let users edit their profile on their website. So let's hit forms.py. Let me close all of the other files. I like to have a clean environment. So what do I know? I know that I'm gonna need models. I know that I'm gonna need profiles from the models. User registration, login form. I need a new form. Class user edit form. Forms. Now I hate when it doesn't recognize what I'm trying to model form. Let me pull the same data here. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull from user, but I'm gonna add. So I'm pulling the model from the user, and the fields are first name, last name, and email. I'm gonna do the same thing now, but this time I'm gonna do this for the profile edit form. I'm just indenting it so it works without any hiccups or issues. Two forms. First one, user edit form. With this, we can allow the user to edit first name, last name, and email. These are the attributes of the built-in Django user model. The profile edit form, on the other hand, edits the date of birth and the photo data. And this comes from the profile model. User will be able to edit their date of birth and, I don't know, upload a photo for the profile. Next, let's go to the views. I'll most probably need from models import profile. What else we need? So what we need to do here now is to also create the profile that gets its data from the user model. So here I'm gonna pulling profile, all of the objects, and I'm gonna create a new profile from the new user that we have here. So when users register on our site, there will be an empty profile which is associated with them. What else? Let's also create a view for editing user profiles. What? This extra. Same thing. I need a login. I need a login for this view to be. You need to be authenticated for this to work. Def edit request. Maybe I should copy. Okay, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna copy this whole method and the content. I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna change some stuff around. I'm gonna change some stuff around, maybe like this. Okay, I'm leaving the first line if request method is post, but the user form, I'm getting it instead of user registration, I'm getting it from user edit form. Ah, God, I need to import these guys again. User edit form and user, not user profile edit form. All right, all good, all peachy, all amazing. But here we need to change user edit form. It's post, data is request post, but I need an instance. Okay. This is the user form. I'm gonna remove everything else. For some reason, I don't know why I copied this because I need to do everything by hand again. I'm gonna create another user form, but this will be the profile form, and this will be the profile edit form. Same thing, request user profile. It's post, and also because we're uploading files, request files. Good, 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 good. If the user form is valid, why don't I have these automatically? And profile form is valid. Why doesn't user form have is valid? What? It has is valid. Weird. Weird. This I don't know if this is Visual Studio Code doing something behind the scenes or what's happening, but it's really weird. User form save profile form save. Okay, so we have an F here, and we need an else. So if it's not a post request, otherwise I'm just gonna copy this. So it's gonna be a get request, but user form. I'm removing the request post, and here I'll remove request post and request file because we are not requesting anything. Right? Right. I'm returning request account. It's gonna be edit HTML. User form is the user form, but we also need in the same object to send the profile form as well. Okay, we have the login acquired. We need to be authenticated in order to use this view basically. Now, URLs. Let me register this pattern. Use edit name edit. I hate the fact that it doesn't have an automatic import. I need to see why it doesn't import automatically my files. Nice. That's it. That's all the setups that we had to do, and now we need to create a template for this. Templates account. I'm gonna create a new file. Edit HTML. I'm gonna copy the code. I'm gonna copy the code from the book. I don't know. So what do we have here? What's new? This part is new because we are enabling file uploads. By the way, for those who are joining, I'm following a really great book called Django 3 by example. And I'm basically learning. I'm streaming SM learning. I already know a lot of web engineering and development. So for me, I don't need to make pauses often, because for me this is more or less trivial. The only difference between what I was doing and Django is that the structure is different, and that some ways, some setups and settings are new, but yeah, everything else is okay. So this should work. Let's create a new user. Localhost admin register. You must be fucking kidding me. Why is this not working? No, it's because it's not admin register, it's account register. Username. Big boss. Let's say the big boss. Big boss. Let's say the big boss had to create another account. Big boss 2 at gmail.com. Gmail. Oh man. Gmail.com. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome, big boss. Now you can log in. Thank you, big boss. Big boss 2 test 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the most basic of passwords. Big boss, let me say my password here. Welcome, big boss. And now if I go to edit, I have the form to submit both the user form and the profile forms. That's it. I like this. I like this. My dashboard. Welcome, big boss. That's it. Let me upload a photo. These are my thumbnails. I'm not gonna use this photo I have in downloads. I downloaded some of, because I'm waiting for Witcher 4, I downloaded some of these pics. Let's see. Big boss, boss big. Save changes, no file chosen. Has something happened? It worked. Did it work? Did it work? Did the Duke Dev? Did it work outside of the box? Big boss, it did. Can I open this? I can. Wow. Wow. Great. Account. Welcome me. Why it's me? Because why it's me? Because I logged in the admin dashboard with this. Okay. All right, let's talk message framework. Message framework is doing what? It's informing the users about their actions, and it's found by default. Where are you? Here should be inside the list of our installed apps. It should be a messages app. Here it is. So it automatically works out of the box. Also, we should have a middleware here. Messages, here it is. We also have a middleware named django.contrib.messages.middleware, message middleware. So it's just a simple way of sending messages to users. So how this works? I'm just gonna do a quick one. Not the media account. Views. Okay, so let's add messages. But first thing that we need to do is the messages will apply globally. So I need to add a snippet of code right here in the base HTML that will work on the application as a whole. So I'm just gonna copy the code again. Where should I add? Here maybe? Why doesn't prettier work? I hate prettier. I hate it. I hate it. I hope it collapses upon itself. I mean, I don't hate it this much. And if, what have I copied? All of this. Bum, bum, well, unordered list, this, and this. Now it's indented. What this does is just checks for messages. If there are messages, it displays them. So what should we do? Let's modify our edit view. Where are you? You are here. Edit to use the messages. So I need to import them from django.contrib import messages. And the only thing I need to do now is here inside the if, I'm gonna create a messages success on the request, and it's gonna be success. I don't know, success profile updated. Otherwise, I'm gonna create another messages error request, something went wrong. Okay, so we have one message when the user updates their profile, another one when something goes wrong. Let us test this. Account edit. Why don't you work? You don't work because of a simple reason. Yeah, the object does not exist. So what I need to do is I need to log in with my big boss too, and he works. Yeah, I need to because we never created a profile model for the user for the Duke Dev and the big boss one, the original big boss. We never created models for them, so they throw errors. I need to just create them, but I don't have time now, so I just want to do save success profile updated. Amazing. It looks bad. It looks bad, but yeah. Not a lot of things I can do there. I can style it, but maybe not now. Now, there are some things that we can do, and this is we can authenticate the user using some different backends. If I search here, authentication middleware. We haven't created it yet, but basically we can create our own authentication backends. An authentication backend is a class that provides authenticate, the method authenticate, which takes the request object and user credentials as params, and the get user, which takes a user ID parameter and returns a user object. And we can create a custom authentication backend by, it's as simple as writing a Python class that implements both methods. So what I can do, I can go here. I have my account project. And I'm gonna call it authentication.py. And I will just copy all of this. Okay. Okay. Try this. Try this. 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 This will be here. Return none. Will be here. This is another method get user that we need to implement. Do it like this. Return this. The user does not. User does what? Do I need to import something? I need to import the user. Okay. From Django contrib out models import user. User does not exist. Return none. So a simple authentication backend. Authenticate receives a request object and the username and password, and then we check this username and password against. We check the user against itself against the password. If it works, we return the user. Otherwise, we say okay, user does not exist. Basically, we're just trying to retrieve a user with the given email address, and then we check the password. What the get user does. Why is this? Why is this method? I should move it outside. Here. Get user retrieves a user through the ID inside user ID. So we can use this to get the user so we can keep it alive for the duration of the user session. And now, if I go to the settings file, it's not the models here. There should be backends. Where are you? Where are you, pal? Authentication. I hate this. Authentication backend. There's no authentication backend. But basically, we can add the following settings here. I'm gonna add it to the end. So what happens here is that we kept the default way of authentication using the model backend, but we also add a new one, which is our email out backend, which is actually our own email-based authentication backend. Now, we can add social authentication to our site using Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So we can install the social out package, and we can basically import authentication, but I think I'm gonna skip it for now. But basically there is the steps to do this, if you want, is to go here. We need to install, of course, first using the pip install. We need to, where are you? Here. Okay, let me quit this. Pip install social out app Django. We need to install this. Then we add it to our list of installed apps. We run a migration. We then create inside our URLs, not here, not inside media, inside account URLs, we create some new social login URL patterns to our project, blah, blah, blah. Then we need to redirect. This is why I don't have time to do this. We need to redirect the user to our page. Locally it won't work, so we need to edit our host file to add our host to it, to point to our own machine. Also, for example, if I'm using Facebook, I would need to create an account, a Facebook developer account, and a Facebook application. The same thing if I'm using Google, so I'll skip it. But there's an ability to log in. Not only an ability, I think it should be used as a default way of authenticating users. But for now, I'm not that keen on working with it. But yeah, there are steps in the book. If you are interested, please read the book.